ready to rumble.
From Danville High School in Danville, Indiana, we've got a Sagamore Conference doubleheader coming your way with our girls contest first, as the Lebanon Tigers, a record of 5-5, 2-0 in the Sagamore Conference, get ready to take on the host Danville Warriors, who are 9-1, 3-0 as well in the Sagamore Conference. Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by Endeavor Communications. Internet speeds up to a gig. Learn more at weendeavor.com. So as you can probably imagine, the starting lineups are being announced for both teams. The Lebanon Tigers announced just moments ago. We'll get to those in a second. Let's introduce ourselves. I'm John Herrick along with Jan Bozer. Jan, great to work with you again, my friend. Sagamore Conference always puts out great matchups.
Well, it really does, and quite honestly, this is a big conference game. Danville has a 2-0 or 3-0 in the conference. Lebanon has a 2-0, so if some way, somehow, Lebanon could upset Danville, they're right back in the hunt. Danville wins here, they're clearly in the driver's seat.
And then also, when you look at both of these teams, as we talked to both these coaches this week, there are some key injuries on both sides that both these squads are fighting through.
Yeah, you know, the injuries, as you well know, whether it's collegiate or high school, you just hope it never happens, but it's clearly one of the pieces to the puzzle. And for the Warriors, you're talking about misfortune. Last year, Wooten, one of their best players, serious injury. She came back in the sectional, was barely 60%. This year they've got another one in Cooper Stone. So they've just had real unfortunate luck with some key players being injured.
Well, you saw Danville's starting lineup of Maddie Wethington, Gabby Pigacella, Addison Davis, Alexis Lynch, and Emma Anslet. They are also without the services of Lucy Riggs tonight, who injured her ankle earlier this week. Mika Baxter, Courtney Bynum have also been dealing with ACL injuries too. For Lebanon, their starting five is Claire Bowling to go along with Emily Sperry, Layla Richards, and then Marina Barr, Sierra Hyatt. And those are the Lebanon starters. Lebanon led by Candace Huckstep, who's 57-48 in her fifth year with the program at Lebanon. 92 wins in 10 years overall for her, as Lebanon falls short and Danville wins the tip to get this one. Danville led by Kaylee May, who's 195-76 in her time in Danville, as Danville gets the first bucket of the contest. And back the other way, the shot is up and good for Emily Sperry to put Lebanon on the board.
Yeah, that first bucket was by Addison Davis. She's averaging just under 11. Really nice half hook.
And last year, she averaged 11 as well. So pretty good consistency there, dumping it down low to Anslet, and they had to circle it back out. Long three on the way from Anslet, and she knocks it in. She's averaging 14 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists a game.
Well, what you want to do on your home court is come out on fire. And while you certainly, when you think of this Danville girl basketball club, you think defense, but clearly they can shoot the rock. Here's a nice look, great ball rotation, and just right on the money, John.
Danville scoring 56 points a game, allowing 38. Lebanon scoring 40, and they are allowing 40. So both these teams definitely pride themselves on defense.
Well, let's see how Lebanon plays. Lebanon's defense has been the one consistent, but they have just clearly struggled to score. And let's see how they can compete against this really good Danville defense.
Bowling knew she was trapped, so she throws it off of Maddie Wethington, and it stays with the Lebanon Tigers. They're shooting just 24% from three, 30% from the field, and they're just 57% at the line.
Yeah,
so finding some offense will be key.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They're not even shooting free throws real good. But that being said, their coach gives you some positive vibes. Listen, I get it. I'd still rather play against the 9-1 Danvilles any day of the week. That'll make us better.
They are coming off of a tough loss on Monday night is Lebanon. And after I think they got up the floor quickly and nearly turned it over, they want to slow things up and try to find something. And they get a foul call on Danville, and it looks like it is against Maddie Wethington, and it is.
Right, as you look at this Lebanon ball club, just 3 seniors on this ball club, and they're led in scoring by some really young players. So the future certainly is bright, but they got to work through this season.
Bowling is one of them, as the inbound came in from Sierra Hyatt, and was able to lost it, but got it back. Now this is Barr. Marina Barr in the corner. Now dribbling out of the trap is Hyatt.
Well, if they shorten this game, John, it's not going to hurt Lebanon. They're just going to have to be patient.
They certainly have no trouble doing that. They've had the ball for over a minute and a half on this possession. Bowling lobs it into traffic and saved by Hyatt. And again, no trouble for Lebanon as they opt to take their time here. But Danville's been up to the task every time defensively.
Well, Danville's defense has always been, under Coach May, just stifling.
And there's the dump down by Barr. Got it into Bowling. She couldn't finish. Fight for the rebound, and what do we have? Jump ball, as she was tied up there by Alexis Lynch, and Danville has the arrow.
Well, we'll talk a lot about Bowling. Coach is really high on her. They moved her to the point guard, and it's a new position for her.
Oh, correction. I thought Danville did. It was Lebanon who has the arrow, and that makes sense because they won the tip. Bowling to inbound.
They had great patience last half-court set. They did everything but finish.
Bodies everywhere, picked up by Hyatt, and now they call Hyatt for traveling. So after all that possession, Jan, they end up turning it over.
Well, one thing they're going to have to do, if you're going to be patient, you can't dribble. Patience and dribbling rarely go together. Usually ends up in a turnover. You got to pass a move, pass a move.
So Danville's probably thinking, man, we finally have the ball back. And Lebanon has opted to come out in a 2-3 zone.
Well, I think Lebanon's thought process coming into this game, we're not stalling, but if we shorten this game, our chances are much better.
Pass deflected and ended up being stolen by Bowling. So Danville's giving it away. Lebanon tries to take advantage, and that shot is knocked down by Marina Barr.
That's a confidence builder. You can hit that one. The next one seems a little easier.
Danville with the early 5-4 advantage. I think that was supposed to go to Picachella, but miscommunication. Wethington ends up saving it. Wethington averaging 9 points a game. Last year, she only averaged 1 point per contest.
Lebanon playing this 2-3 zone. Look for Danville. As I started to say, the key for a 2-3 zone is get to the top of the key or make a cut. That's where a little seam a lot of times can be found.
That was off of Sperry of Lebanon, so it stays with Danville. Danville is shooting 38% from the field, 30% from three, and 64% from the foul line. Down low with it, Davis kicking it out. And that one is stolen away from Alexis Lynch. And the woman who gets it is Bowling, and Claire Bowling has become the third different Lebanon Tiger to score early in this one.
Well, if Lebanon can find a lot of those easier type buckets, that'll certainly help not only their confidence, John, but just scoring in general.
So Danville trying to figure out this 2-3 zone as the Lebanon Tigers are on a 4-0 run here. Driving in is Davis, and Davis gets fouled. She scored the game's first bucket.
Well, Davis seen that baseline, and one of the things that you don't usually see in the 2-3 zone that you see in the man-to-man is that defense getting and cutting off that baseline. So a lot of times you can drive baseline against the zone.
Layla Richards picks up that foul. Davis to the line, where she's not a great free throw shooter, 55%. Able to make the first, got them both. So puts Danville back in the lead, and we got a substitution here. Ava Walls checking in for Danville. And to the sideline goes Alexis Lynch.
Well, Danville's not shot the free throws great, but certainly got that 64%.
And that one's stolen away by Addison Davis.
Beautiful pass.
But the zone recovers quickly. Picachella in trouble. She gives it away.
Should have kicked it out, John. Nothing there in the middle.
And then standing tall was the girl who just came in, Ava Walls, as she's able to help block that shot. It goes out off of Danville, though, so it stays with Lebanon.
Yeah, take a look here. Nice outward pass. Goes up strong. She doesn't get the whistle, but I like the fact she went up strong.
Danville opts for traditional man-to-man.
Nice pass.
Shot does not go down from Sperry. Fight for the rebound. Won by Danville's Emma Ancelet.
But you can't argue the shot selection. Got what they wanted.
Wethington decides to bring it back out. Hard-fought contest early in this one. Up and a foul. This one is going against Emily Sperry. Her first and the team's second in the period.
Sperry was in good position there, John, but always the key in the middle is keep your arms straight up. Any leaning of the arms or reach, and that back official, you're going to get that call. So keep those arms. She was in solid position. Just keep those arms straight up.
Endeavor Communications thanks you for watching today's presentation of local high school sports. Proud to be a part of this event. Wish all the athletes good luck during this competition. Together with our members, Endeavor Communications is committed to helping our local communities thrive. For more information about the communities we serve, go to weendeavor.com.
We love Endeavor. Love coming over to Danville, come over here a lot, and all the schools around this area. Thank you, Endeavor, because really gives these schools some exposure that they so deserve.
Addison Davis picks up that Danville foul. Emma Ancelet goes 1 of 2 at the line on that last trip, putting the Danville lead at 2, and Sierra Hyatt inbounds for Lebanon.
Well, I think, John, the more Lebanon can just keep hanging around here, just a 2-point game, that's a little bit of a victory for them.
Patience paying off. Barr going baseline, getting it to Bowling, lost it, got it back. And then it goes flying through the air. Looked like it went off of Richards, but it was touched last instead by Walls, so it stays with Lebanon.
Well, the thing the Lebanon's going to have to guard against, John, is that 8 to 10 point run. They cannot allow Danville, which is very capable of going on some long runs.
Turnovers can lead to that. Nearly one there, but Lebanon able to keep possession. Long shot on the way, does not go down from Hyatt. Fight for the rebound. Danville couldn't secure it, so it stays with the Tigers.
Danville's been a relatively decent rebounding ball club. They're going to have to secure more of these 50-50 balls.
Lebanon, in the last 12 years, they lead this series 12-10, but last year it was Danville winning this game 47-30, almost a year ago to the date, and it's a 5-second call against Claire Bowling.
That's a
great
good
defense by Wethington.
It is, and listen, as an ex-official, that call needs to be called. It's a rule. People don't like it, but until it's not a rule, it's within 6 feet. You got to get rid of the ball within 5 seconds, and clearly that's the right call.
3 turnovers on Lebanon. Danville tries to extend their advantage. Lebanon scored 4 in a row, but Danville has the last 3. That one knocked away and stolen. Up ahead, that was Richards who got it. Bowling lets a 3 fly. And the rebound, chased down by Davis. Danville back the other way. They say the shot is waved off, but it is a foul on Lebanon. So it's Ancelet going to the line here, or at least she might be inbounding it because they say it's on the floor. It's on Marina Barr, her first, team's third.
I may have said 5 feet, John. The rule's 6 feet within 5 seconds. That's the rule.
Yep.
Want to make sure I got that correctly. All my ex-official friends will email me and say, what are you talking about?
Ancelet got it in and found her teammate wide open, Gabby Picachella, under the basket. Picachella averages 2 points a game, and she meets that average there.
Lebanon cannot afford to allow easy ones like that.
Pass inside, deflected by Davis. Ball loose on the ground. Bodies everywhere, goes out of bounds off of Danville. The Danville crowd doesn't agree with it, but it is staying on this end with the Tigers.
Well, you're going to see Coach May's ball club on the floor. You don't get on the floor. That's not the way she plays. Her teams have always been really aggressive in getting on the floor and going after it.
Tried to get it into Jade Mountain.
There you go.
Checked it, and that shot is good for Hyatt.
And Lebanon, for the most part, with a minute left, John, has been relatively patient, just a 2-point ball game.
That was a big basket for them. That stops a 5-0 Danville run. Ancelet getting it inside Davis. Davis draws another foul.
Yeah.
This one looked like it was in the act of shooting.
Well, here's what you got to do defensively. You've got to play really good defense without fouling. And the problem right now, Lebanon's defense is good, but see the reach, those are just the small things. The reach gets you the foul every time. They had the double team made, but the reach got him the foul.
Davis is able to knock in the free throw. So Danville collectively 4 of 5 at the line here in the first quarter, make it 5 of 6. And Addison Davis has 6 of Danville's 12 points. Coming up on the waning stages here of the first quarter. Driving is Bowling, kicking it out to Barr. I think Lebanon, they wouldn't mind taking this entire clock. If
I would.
But that goes against their plan because the pass to Hyatt goes off her hands and out of bounds for the 4th Lebanon turnover.
Now, John, all of a sudden, Lebanon's a little bit of danger territory. Plenty of time, and all of a sudden, this could go anywhere from a 4 to a 7-point lead if Danville could connect here.
This is kind of the way last year's game went between these two. It was tight early, but Danville pulled away late. Ancelet directing traffic. Now giving it to Walls. Ancelet fakes and goes back out with 8 seconds. Long 3 by Wethington. No. Offensive rebound put back. Yes.
Go.
From Ava Walls, 2-1. Shot at the buzzer. Doesn't go. And after 1 quarter of play, Danville 14, Lebanon 8. Back to start the second quarter in a moment on the ISC Sports Network.
Want lightning fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town. So you can download huge files in a flash. Stream videos at blazing speeds. And game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
Fourteen to 8, the lead here for Danville over Lebanon. It was 6-5 Lebanon, but it was a nice close there by Danville as they close it on a 9-2 spurt. Along with Jan Moser, I'm John Herrick. Thank you for being with us on the ISC Sports Network. Jan, what do you think Lebanon's got to do here to turn this around?
Well, I think, for the most part, they did what they wanted to do. Listen, they played pretty well there for about 6 minutes, and the last 2 minutes really allowed Danville to get really things going and with their biggest lead.
And out to an open shooter, knocking it down there is one of the bench players, Ava Walls, who now has 5 points. She came into this game averaging 1 point per game, and she's got 5.
John, that's what you want to see. You want to see improvement from your bench, and that you need them in the second half of the season to contribute. That's huge.
Now that pushes the lead to 9. Richards down the lane, got a seam, couldn't finish though. And the rebound to Ancelet, who immediately looks to push. Ancelet kicks it out. Wethington a 3.
Bingo.
Wethington.
Bingo. Timeout.
And a 30-second timeout is called by Lebanon. Coach Candace Huckstep clearly needs to talk it over here. One more look at that last three. And tonight's game brought to you in part by Perry Kitchen of Approved Mortgage. You may know Perry Kitchen from his days on an MLS pitch. Today his pitch is this: finding you the absolute best deal for your mortgage. Contact Perry and Approved Mortgage today at 317-509-0929. Approved Mortgage is Central Indiana's oldest locally owned and operated firm, and Perry's ready to help you find your dream home today. Call 317-509-0929.
John, sometimes three-point shooting percentage is a little deceiving. Danville only averages 30%, but they got three girls who shoot it 40+%. If you can get into the right girls' hands, that overall team percentage could be a little misleading. Right now, they're on fire.
That's Davis, Lynch, and Riggs. And Riggs, of course, one of the girls who is out because she injured her ankle earlier this week. Micah Baxter and Courtney Bynum are also both out for Danville. Baxter dealing with an ACL injury. Bynum's got an ankle problem. And then on the other side, there's injuries for Lebanon, too. You've got Ava Limcooler with a sprained ankle. Same thing for Emily Sperry, but she's fighting through it. Hyatt was trapped in the corner, got rid of it. This is a 14-2 run here for Danville. That's a great play by Anslet to get out of there. That leads to a layup made by Ava Walls.
I think that was Alec Lynch with the hustle play. I'm pretty sure it was 23.
Oh, yeah, the newcomer, Alexis Lynch.
Yeah, she was on the floor. Not only did she steal it, but still was able to get that assist on the pass, John.
And that's turnover number 6 on Danville they just committed. More and more fans filing in. Of course, you got the rest of this game. There is a special Olympics game coming up in between our girls and boys contest this evening.
Well, there's a stat that really sticks out for Lebanon. It's their turnover. They average just under 19 a game.
Long shot from Lynch. Fight for the rebound, tipped out by, well, I thought it might be Davis, but they say it was off of Lebanon, so. And that brings in a newcomer into the game for Danville.
Yeah, there's going to be loads of fun here tonight. The 2023 Special Olympic Basketball Night. Should be a lot of fun.
Also, they're selling, rubber ducks out there to do the chuck-a-duck.
Chuck-a-duck. I found out what that was last night. I now know. I'm educated.
Gabby Piccanchella back in for Danville. Lebanon looking for their first basket since the late stages of the first quarter. Still have not managed to score here in the second. And it's been almost 3 minutes. Sperry giving it up to Barr. Barr with a nice find inside to Hyatt, and Hyatt's got 4.
Well, their patience was solid, but listen, when you're down 12, you're only going to have so many possessions. You can't take a minute per possession when you're behind by 12.
Lean-in shot does not fall in from Anslet. Rebound controlled by Hyatt.
Let's see if Lebanon can put together a couple of offensive possessions here. Danville really playing well right now.
Barr picks it up and gives it to Bowling. Bowling averages 11 points, 4 rebounds a game. She has 2 so far. Good defense by Lynch to force that miss. Rebound by Anslet. Anslet on the attack quickly. Kicks to the corner to Lynch. Back inside, tipped up and stolen away. 4th turnover by Danville.
Yeah, it just wasn't there. It's not necessary when you got a 12-point lead, John, to make really tough passes. Just make good, secure passes when you got the big lead.
And Piccanchella commits the foul there. That sends Emily Sperry to the line. And there's one look at Piccanchella with that foul. And Emily Sperry is a 67% free throw shooter. Last year, she averaged 4 points a game. This year, she's averaging 5. Already in this game, she's got 3.
Yeah, good form on that free throw. And for sure, if Lebanon can get to the free throw line, and clearly if they can do that as much as possible, it'll help their cause. They're going to have to connect because it's a place where they can maybe shorten this lead a little bit by Danville.
Sperry got them both and into the game for the first time. Paige Webb checked in for Danville off the bench, a senior averaging 2 points per contest. Webb's got it. There they try that, trying to penetrate that Lebanon zone. Mid-range J from Picasella off the mark, and a rebound by Richards. Lebanon trying to get it to less than double digits, the lead.
Nice.
That is. And I think we got a foul. Yep. Webb fell into her. Leaned in on Sperry on accident, so she picks up her first.
Well, Lebanon's been having some relatively good cutters going through the lane. And a solid pass there.
Second team foul in the quarter on Danville. The inbound comes into Barr. Barr did not see Emma Ancelet there, and Ancelet gets fouled on the other side by Bowling. And that's a smart foul there.
Ancelet was just like a tiger in the woods, man. She had her eyes glued on that ball, made the perfect break because seen the head of the passer was going to come right back. She anticipated that beautifully.
And Emma Ancelet goes to the line. She shoots 81% from there on the year, but she, so far tonight, 1 of 3. Does have 4 points. And Addison Davis comes back in as Lynch sits. Emily Sperry sits down for Lebanon.
As we look at this Lebanon ball club, just 3 seniors, 4 juniors, 1 sophomore, and they dress 5 freshmen who play a lot on JV, but still a very young Lebanon Tiger ball club.
And Ancelet knocks down the second, splitting the pair. Great defense there as they swarm Marina Barr, and it ends up being Ancelet coming up with the theft. 3 on the other side. Maddie Wethington with her second of the game.
She was just sitting there ready for that, John. Had her feet shoulder square, just ready to nail the 3.
The lead is now 14 for Danville, their largest of the game. Richards thought about the 3, then decided to do something else with it. Gives it up to Hyatt as we coming up on 3 minutes to go until halftime. And Hyatt is called for palming. So that is the 8th turnover on Lebanon.
Yeah, we talked about it. They're averaging 19, just under 19 a game. That's been problematic for this Lebanon Tiger ball club. But a lot of times youth, turnovers a little bit of part of their repertoire learning.
And there's a turnover there by Addison Davis as she throws it right to Marina Barr. But then Barr gives it right back as the teams exchange them. On the attack, Ancelet got it down.
Nice
Open
pass.
Fine for Gabby Picasella.
Gorgeous pass, John. She's seen that from way behind the 3-point line and just nailed the pass.
This was at one point a 1-point lead for Lebanon. But since then, it's been all Danville.
And you and I just talked about that. This is a game where Lebanon could ill afford to have these 10-point runs, and they're in one right now, so they're going to have to find a way to get some points, John, a little quicker than, anything less than a minute that they kind of been using.
Addison Davis finds herself in foul trouble. She just picked up her second. Alexis Lynch comes in to replace her. And Hyatt inbounds for Lebanon. Hyatt needs help. Nearly a walk. Bowling had it knocked out of her hands, but scooped up by Richards. And then Richards tried to kick it to the corner, goes out of bounds. Turnover number 10 on Lebanon.
Well, you just look what Coach May has put together, John. She has 5 sectional championships, the last one in 2020, 1 regional back in 2017. So she's really put her mark here at Danville.
And she's closing in on career win number 200.
That's impressive.
And I asked her about that this week, and she just said, well, it just means I've had great players. Excellent hustle by Ava Limcooler, who went down there to knock the ball free and then ends up forcing a tie-up. And the possession arrow is with Lebanon.
Well, that's what coaches are supposed to say, and that's what they do say, but clearly she knows what she's doing. Mm-hmm. We've seen a lot of good players not have the success that she has had with her really good players.
And this was a Danville team that went 21-5 last year and went 7-0 in the Sagamore Conference. This time a held ball, and it's Danville's turn to get that. It is 28-12. It was 14-8. Danville at the end of the first quarter. They only led by 6, and now they lead by 16.
Well, they lost last year to Cascade in the sectional final, and that's when we talked about lost one of their better players. She came back, but she was nowhere at full strength.
3 on the way, does not go for Manselet. Now Lebanon trying to cut into this deficit before halftime. Richards gives a screen to Bowling. Both her and Wethington ended up on the ground. A turnover there again. Ancelet pushing. Ancelet, off-balance shot in the lane, couldn't quite get the roll. Fights to get her own rebound and does.
I just love the way Ancelet plays. She's 100% all the time, anticipates, pushes the ball. Really like the way she plays the game.
Walls to the right side. Now here's Wethington trying to finish in close. Cannot do it. Bowling the rebound. 48 seconds left for Lebanon.
Lebanon needs something here. They need to find just something, John, to bring some momentum into halftime.
They only have 4 points in this quarter. And nice pass inside, but Bowling couldn't finish. She was found well by Richards, but now Danville's got 30 seconds left to work with. There are quite a few Lebanon fans here trying to get their Tigers back into it, but they've been outscored in this period 14-4.
Lebanon, one of the original members of the Sagamore Conference, or at least one of the early members.
They're coming off of an 11-13 year last year, but they went 6-1 in the Sagamore Conference. Driving down the lane, up, in, and the foul. Maddie Wethington got it, and she's going to the line.
Well, just muscled that one up. Take a look how she powers this up with the right hand. Nobody stops the ball. She maneuvers. Look at that. Really good shot off the glass.
That one's called on Lim Cooler, her first. Team's second. Free throw, got it. So Wethington able to make the three-point play. 5 seconds left for Lebanon. Bowling across half court. Bowling with 2, with 1, lets it go.
Time.
And it's 31-12 at the half. Danville pulling away on Lebanon. The Tigers with a lot of work to do. We'll come back with our halftime show and more in just a moment. You're watching high school girls basketball on the ISC Sports Network.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
Want lightning-fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town. So you can download huge files in a flash. Stream videos at blazing speeds. And game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
It is 9-1 Danville against 5-5 Lebanon in our girls matchup. Boys contest coming up after this one. And in this Sagamore Conference rivalry between these two, it has been all Danville the last couple of years, and that's the case tonight as they have a 31-12 halftime lead. I'm John Herrick along with Jan Bozer. Thanks for being with us. And Endeavor Communications would like to say welcome to this Sagamore Conference rivalry. We're proud to be part of this local event. Wish all the athletes good luck during this competition. Together with our members, Endeavor Communications is committed to helping our local community thrive. For more information about the communities we serve and services we offer, visit us at weendeavor.com. Well, Jan, this was a tale of two quarters. I mean, in the first quarter, Lebanon was able to keep this close. They slowed the game down. They played in half court, and they were within 6 at the end of the quarter and led by 1 at one point. But in the second quarter, Danville broke it open, outscored Lebanon 17-4. How was Danville able to take advantage here?
Well, you know, Lebanon came out and played the type of game early that you just described that they had to play to stay in the game. There was one thing that could not happen but did. Danville took loose and just put off about 8, 10, 12 points. And then once that happened, it just completely took Lebanon out of their very methodical, slow, patient offense. You can't play that when you're 10 behind. The key for Danville is their defense. We highlighted early. They've just forced how many turnovers for Lebanon? About 10 or 11?
12,
yeah. So there's your problem. They're a team that's vulnerable because they're young to turning the ball over. And then when Danville makes you turn the ball over, they make you pay, and they get to the bucket.
And talking to Coach Kaylee May of Danville earlier this week about the fact that her team is only giving up 38 points a game, she said, we focus on defense a lot in practice, and we get the details correct. She emphasizes and recognizes hustle and encourages her kids to leave it all out there on the floor. That has certainly happened in the first half. Some individual statistics. Maddie Wethington leads Danville right now with 9 points, 7 for Ava Walls, 6 for Addison Davis, 5 for Emma Ancelet, and 4 for Gabby Pigacella. For Lebanon, they are led by 2 players with 4 points. Emily Sperry and Sierra Hyatt each have 4, and Marina Barr and Claire Bowling each have 2. To round out the Lebanon scoring, only 4 players for them have scored. We'll see some of the first half highlights and show you those when we come back in just a moment. It's 31-12 Danville at the half on the ISC Sports Network.
Want lightning fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town. So you can download huge files in a flash, stream videos at blazing speeds, and game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
Fall means football, and on the ISC, we've got you covered all season long. Catch our broadcast live on television on MyNDTV 23 and Comcast 81, as well as streaming on ISCSportsNetwork.com. With a subscription to ISC for only $4.99 a month, you get access to our entire library, viewable anytime, anywhere, on our website or on the ISC app. Don't miss a single broadcast. ISC Sports Network. Football lives here.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
31-12 is the lead for Danville at the half, and they turn things around in the second quarter, Jan. Just some outstanding play, really, from the Warriors in the post, but also Lebanon hung tough early in this one.
Yeah, they did, and they were able to get some things in the paint. And the problem with Lebanon, until they can develop some more outside shooting, it just allows, John, the defense just to really pack it in on them.
This was one of the buckets that Claire Bowling had. She actually, it was her only bucket. She had that in the first quarter, but then a nice response there from Gabby Pigacella. But also a big thing that stands out to you, Jan, about the Danville Warriors, 5 different players have scored.
Yeah, and the more balanced you are, and the fact I thought they shot the 3, they didn't force the 3, they shot the 3 in the offense. And when you can get good shots in your offense and their 3, that's a plus.
All right, when we come back, we will have the second half from Danville in our girls contest. You're watching the ISC Sports Network.
Want lightning fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town. So you can download huge files in a flash. Stream videos at blazing speeds. And game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
Fall means football, and on the ISC, we've got you covered all season long. Catch our broadcast live on television on MyNDTV 23 and Comcast 81, as well as streaming on ISCSportsNetwork.com. With a subscription to ISC for only $4.99 a month, you get access to our entire library, viewable anytime, anywhere, on our website or on the ISC app. Don't miss a single broadcast. ISC Sports Network. Football lives here.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Well, before we start the third quarter of this one, we would like to remind you that Endeavor Communications wants to wish both of tonight's teams good luck in this season. Together with our members, Endeavor Communications is committed to helping our local community thrive. For more information about the communities we serve and services we offer, go to weendeavor.com. 31-12 is the halftime score. Danville leading Lebanon as they try to get their 10th win of the season. And Jan, just to go back to what we talked about in the pregame, both these teams undefeated in Sagamore Conference play, so this is a very important conference contest.
Yeah, and you know, for Danville, obviously you always want to protect your home court, and Lebanon comes in as kind of one of those dangerous ball clubs, 5-5. Who is this Danville, or excuse me, who is this Lebanon ball club? And let me tell you something. I always think when you get behind like this, if you're Lebanon, this first 3 to 5 minutes will be super important because you have the most energy coming out at halftime. You're not going to get more energy as this game goes on. So right now, for me, is when Lebanon's got to make a run if they can against this Danville ball club.
Both teams dealing with sets of injuries. We've highlighted those. Another player that to think about for Lebanon, Riley Vandeman, is also not playing in this game. She has a tailbone bruise. So you can tell it's late in the season with playoffs not far away. And
those don't heal overnight either.
They don't.
I've had those. Those are rough. I hope she gets well soon.
Lebanon, the team with the black jerseys on your screen, Danville and white. Crowd starting to file in and pick up as this evening goes on.
Well, let's see what Lebanon may have designed in halftime, John. Clearly, you just can't run these long minute sets. You're just not going to have enough time. You got to be patient, but the key is you got to move.
Bowling, trying to look around for some help. Thought she had it for a moment. Now she doesn't. Gives it up to Barr. Barr knocks in the floater.
Yeah, it's really good offense. That was a patience enough, but man, the longer you go, the more you have to score in that possession.
Correction, that was Sierra Hyatt who made that shot, and Hyatt knocks the pass away out of bounds here and almost got the steal.
And I think from a confidence perspective, they had to get that point, and that's really what they were emphasizing there. Run your offense, get that point.
Batted away by Bowling as she nearly saves that. So one thing Danville's got to watch their passes because Lebanon is getting some deflections.
Yeah, for the most part, I think you would agree, Lebanon's defense has not been that bad.
Anslet with a nice find to Pigosella. She misses, but offensive rebound. Anslet again. Short on that. Rebound into the hands of Sperry.
I thought she had that. That was just a little short. Looked like it was on the right path.
Barr. Bad pass, and it's stolen this time by Davis. 13 turnovers on Lebanon. Danville almost gives it right back. Good passing into the hands of Addison Davis, and Davis has 8.
Made that extra pass.
Maddie Wethington leads all scorers with 9, and that one tipped up and nearly stolen away by Lynch, gathered in by Hyatt. Hyatt throws it too hard off the fingertips of Richards and out of bounds. Well, Jan, we talked about it at the outset. Lebanon averages 19 turnovers for a game. They have 14 already, and we're not even at the midway point of the third quarter yet.
Coaches tell you to play under control, play at what speed you can produce, but a lot of times the other team has a lot to say about how quick you will play.
Davis drives in, gets fouled. First foul of the second half goes against Emily Sperry. She just picked up her second. Deflection, ball loose, picked up by Wethington, lets it go and misses. Bowling the rebound. Has a teammate of hers up ahead, but led it too far as she tried to get it to Barr, out of bounds.
Right ideal. Lebanon's just not a team, John, that gets a lot in transition. So we talk about, hey, if you can find some easy buckets, that helps your cause. And they kind of let one slip away there.
Anslet, 14 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists a game on average, but she turns it over there. 7th giveaway for Danville. Richards lobbing it to the corner, saved by Hyatt. And what a job there as Richards comes down to get it, but she ends up throwing it away. This game taking on a frenetic pace as that ball gets deflected, almost hit one of the cheerleaders.
You got to be careful. It's slowly crossing over into the sloppy category, and neither coach wants that. I think both teams got to slow down here just a little bit. They're playing at a pace that they're not able to produce good basketball.
Good find inside by Anslet to an open Davis. Davis lays it in. It is 10 points for her now, so now she leads all scorers, and another timeout called here by Lebanon. So, Jan, Candace Huckstep, 57-48 in her 5th year at Lebanon. She has 92 career wins and 10 seasons overall of coaching. She clearly knows what she's doing, but right now her team has got to figure out a way to turn this around. How do they come out of this timeout more focused and more energetic?
Well, you can't make young kids into something they're not. She's got to play within what she's got on the floor. We've highlighted she's got a lot of youth out there, and that's just a building process. You as a coach have to be just super patient when you're working with youth, and they're playing against one of the better defensive teams, not only in the conference, but in 3A. So it's a tough chore. The main thing I think that she's a very positive person. You just got to stay positive and continue to coach. Listen, these basketball seasons, as you well know, John, they're marathons, not sprints.
Right. Yep.
So at the end of the day, she's preparing this ball club, right, wrong, or different, for tournament play. And she's going to take some bumps and bruises because of the youth, but it's a process.
After tonight, they do have their next 3 games at home. Sheridan on Tuesday, Beech Grove on Thursday, and then Perry Meridian 2 days after Christmas in a tournament.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. That's no picnic. Sheridan 7-2, Beech Grove 9-3.
But at least you get them at home.
Very well said, yep.
Bowling, trying to set something up. Barr looking around, nothing there. Tries to get it inside. It was deflected, though.
Coach Dale suggested to his team all the buckets were the same, the floors are the same. But there is something about playing on the road for young people. It just takes time to adapt to.
Richards gets it in and then gets it back off the exchange. Less than 5 minutes to play in period 3. Bowling bounces left, open shot for Sperry does not go down. And on the attack, Anslet to Lynch. Lynch lays it up, does not get it, but will head to the line.
Danville's kind of finding a little bit of a pass again here. I think as they move through the tournament, they know at times they got to get some of those, if you will, easy type buckets, and you get those in transition. And so they're kind of working on, John, pushing the ball a little more against maybe some teams that they may have to do that.
Lynch knocks down her first point of the evening. She averages 5 a game. Big problem for Lebanon. That is the 3rd foul on Emily Sperry, so she comes out. And in for her is Ava Limcooler. And Lynch is able to knock them both down, 37-14, as Danville pushes that lead to 23. Again, at one point, it was 6 at the end of the quarter. Lebanon did lead 6-5, and they were on a 4-0 run at that point.
You know, we've highlighted what Lebanon has. Well, Danville has 6 seniors. Now, some of them are injured, but they're 6 seniors, 2 juniors, and 3 sophomores. So clearly a veteran team.
Hyatt misses that. Danville fans wanted a foul there. They don't get it. Bowling is tied up by Picasella, but it stays on this end. So Lynch checks out, and in for the first time for Danville. And driving in Davis. Davis unable to convert that, but there's the follow by Walls. Missed it that time. It ends up in Davis's hands again. Tried to get it into Anslett, but turned over. 8 turnovers on Danville, but Lebanon gives it right back. That is their 17th turnover.
Yeah, you hate to keep harping on it, but clearly, John, it's one of the things that has plagued this Lebanon ball club, and we're not going to continue to highlight the youth, but that stat comes with youth. It just does.
And they've only scored 2 points in this 3rd quarter, and we've played more than half of it. Nice lob into Anslett.
That's pretty.
Got it, and the foul.
That's what seniors and juniors do. That's why you take advantage of these backdoor cuts. Really well executed. Little back cut, and pass was just right there.
Ava Limcooler picks up that foul. That is her 2nd and Lebanon's 3rd in the quarter. Richards leaves. And the free throw made. And in for Lebanon is Maya Nelson, a freshman. For Anslett, she just got her 8th point. 17-4. That was what Danville outscored Lebanon in the 2nd quarter, doing a lot more of it here, and Anslett finishes again. And then it is now, they are on an 11-2 outscoring the Lebanon in this quarter.
They've just taken complete control of this ball game now.
Found the seam, did Barr, missed it, but stayed with it, got it back, laid it in, plus the foul, and Barr is fired up.
Well, she should be. That's just sticking with it, and that's the one thing you have to guard against, and you keep coaching. Listen, don't look at the scoreboard. I'm watching you to keep playing, and I'm going to find out who can play through this stuff.
Ava Walls picks up that one. That's her first and the team's first. Barr just a 58% free throw shooter. Misses that. Rebound contested and unable to be secured by Danville, so it stays with Lebanon.
John, you know we do a lot of Marion University, and it's hard to come and do a girls' game without not remembering Ella Collier, who had such a great high school career here.
Oh, she did, yeah. And some of the statistics she's been putting up at Marion the last several years.
Just unbelievable.
And a steal there for Davis, who anticipated it well. Davis runs the break and heads to the line. This one is against Sierra Hyatt, her first. Another look at the tape by Davis.
Well, you just kind of knew, calling some Ella Collier games back in high school, you knew she was really built for college, and she has not disappointed. She has just been all everything to Marion U and the girls, and they're playing very well right now.
Emily Sperry back on. Davis hits them both. Just one of the fine products that Kaylee May has been turning out as the head coach of Danville here.
I believe she has a brother, or did have a brother, on the high school team. I think she does. Or on the boys team, I should say.
Lebanon trying to set something up offensively. Barr has 2 points in this period, the other 2 to Hyatt. And Hyatt tries to go baseline. She was bumped out, they say. And that one is against Addison Davis. So Davis just got whistled for her third, so she comes out. And that puts Alexis Lynch back out on the floor for the Warriors. I'm John Herrick along with Jan Bozer. Thanks for being with us. Vince Morellis, our technical director. Alex Laverne on the camera. Glad to be with you. And a 3 knocked down by Sierra Hyatt.
Yeah, that's a confidence builder right there. Sarah Hyatt, one of the seniors, one of the 3 seniors on this Lebanon ball club.
She's got 9 to lead the Lebanon Tigers in scoring.
And let's give her a lot of credit. Listen, when you're young and you have seniors, a lot of times nobody talks about the seniors, you know, but she's so deserving because she plays the game the way it's supposed to be played.
Guilty party on this foul, Marina Barr, her second. And that is the 5th foul on Lebanon, so they are now in the penalty for the rest of the period. The free throw on the way and missed by Anslet. It's her 3rd foul shot missed tonight. She's 3 of 6, but she does have 10 points. Maddie Wethington comes out of the game, and Danville puts in Allie Gunter, a sophomore, for the first time. 2nd free throw, got it. From Anslet, that is. 45-19, Danville. Lebanon did have 1 lead in this game, 6-5, but ever since Danville took the lead at 7-6, they've had it ever since, and they commit a foul on this end. Looks like this is against Paige Webb. That's her 2nd, team's 3rd. So no free throws yet for Lebanon as that one gets poked out of bounds. Rough stretch here for Lebanon. They're 5-5, trying to avoid going 5-6. But also Danville, to this point, has played the tougher schedule. And for Lebanon, it's about to get even tougher. That ball hit the back of Anslet, and then she picks it up. And Anslet got it, and the foul! Anslet, what a take.
Anslet just having an excellent game, John. Look, nobody stops the ball. And the key is she recognizes it, used her body to screen the defender, puts it in, and the and one opportunity.
Marina Barr picks that one up for Lebanon. That is her 3rd. So the foul trouble continuing for the Lebanon Tigers.
Well, listen, Danville goes to a holiday tournament after this game, so they're trying to certainly win this game, but John, just fine-tune some things going into that tournament.
And rest some legs, too. I'd imagine if this game continues on this pace, head coach Kaylee May is going to want to try to get some of her bench players in and save the starters for that tournament. But it is going very well for the Warriors tonight.
Yeah, and Danville's did a better job of controlling the ball in the second half, John. They've not made near as many turnovers here in the 3rd period of play.
And that one knocked away by Anslet for the 20th Danville turnover. Danville trying to avoid giving it right back. They may have. Jump ball, possession arrow Lebanon, and they do. That is their 9th turnover. And Wethington up off the bench to come back in for Danville. For Lebanon, Claire Bowling back out. And Anslet takes a breather, so not a surprise. Let her get a rest the rest of the way in the 3rd and then get the timeout before the 4th quarter starts. Bowling harassed. Good defense by Gunter to make her give it up. Bowling looking inside. Doesn't find what she wants. Now does. And she is fouled from behind. Ava Walls commits the crime there. Her 2nd. But it's the 4th team foul, so no free throws yet for Lebanon. 57.8 left in the 3rd. Bowling inbounding it, baseline right. Bowling tries to turn the corner. That's Hyatt, the leading scorer for the Tigers, and the rebound offensively to Sperry. And then a strong take for the bucket. Some time left there for Danville, but they give it away. Hyatt slows it up. Danville crowd trying to rattle her. Three on the way, doesn't go. It worked. Hyatt thought the time was running out. Now she gets it back and misses another three. And Paige Webb, the rebound, 2. Once she lets it go, and that takes care of the third quarter. 48-21. The Danville Warriors off and rolling as we head to the fourth on the ISC Sports Network.
The ISC Sports Network is your home for sports content across the Hoosier State. Find us live on TV and streaming or archived on our website and our app. The ISC is your one-stop shop for the content you want to see, including high school sports, college sports, and other great events throughout the year. Subscribe to our streaming service and get access to it all. ISC, local lives here.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
17-9. That is what Danville outscored Lebanon in that third quarter, and they now up their lead to 27 as we go to the fourth. Along with Jan Bozer, I'm John Herrick. Thanks for being with us. Have a little bit of a longer break in between this end of this girls game and then the boys game we got coming up. We got a special Olympics contest. That's going to happen from 7:30 to 7:42, and then after that will be our boys game. Jan, this has been an impressive performance by Danville.
Well, what you want out of a veteran ball club that Danville is consistency. First of all, the consistency on defense has always been there, but offensively, 14, 17, 17, that's pretty good consistency on offense.
Yes, it is. Ancelet couldn't get that to go down. Rebound fought for, touched out last by the Warriors. And if you're Lebanon, the end result probably not in doubt anymore.
Just got to keep playing.
Yep.
You find out what you're made out of as an individual and a team.
Got to put some positive tape together to go back and watch.
And you do, and you just want to get better. At this point in time, we talked about down the stretch, just finding ways to get better.
Wethington can't finish. There's Ancelet. No. Offensive rebound. Didn't go down for Gunter. Fight again. Davis got the board, and I think she got fouled here.
And I'll tell you what Coach May's looking for is her ball club. Are they taking their foot off the gas? Are they scoreboard watching? And clearly they're not. They're doing a real good job crashing the board. You want your players to play hard until all 4 quarters have concluded. And that's just good coaching and discipline by Coach May.
And Davis had made 6 in a row at the line before missing that. That last foul, by the way, was on Marina Barr. That's her 4th. Second free throw from Davis. Got the second. That gives her 13. Emma Ancelet is the one for Danville who leads all scorers with 14. As they push this lead to 29. 21 turnovers for Lebanon. Exactly the same amount of turnovers as points.
You know, Lebanon's been on the road the last 3 ball games. They will be glad to get home.
Wethington playing good defense on Bowling. Richards, shot fake and a drive. Hyatt couldn't finish, and what do we have? I think that's a foul on Danville and a trip to the line coming up here. That's on Allie Gunter, her first, and just the team's first, so we're not even close to free throw shooting unless it's in the act of shooting. Hyatt looks for some help. Sperry was calling for it. Davis anticipated that and stole it away. Davis on the break to Anslet, and she finishes.
Really nice bounce pass. That's the only pass that's going to make it right there, John, is that really nice bounce pass.
And Anslet has 16 points. Nearly stolen away on that one. Hyatt able to keep it. Hyatt shovels it off. Shot does not go down from Lem Cooler. Davis shoves off.
Yep.
She gets called for the offensive foul. That is her fourth, so she's got to be careful.
She does, but I like the way she plays. She plays physical. That's part of her game. She'll get that call occasionally, but you got to like the fact that she's not afraid to be physical going to the hoop.
And when we say, Jan, put some good film together, what are you looking for here if you're Lebanon?
Well, I think what you're looking for is how can we control the turnovers a little more? And you're going to show, listen, if it's not there, don't do it. They've got to get to that mentality while as they continue to grow. And as they grow, then you take a little more risk in your passes. But early on, when they just turned it over so many times, John, you just get yourself all out of the ball game when you turn it over. A lot of those are just because of passes that weren't there.
Hyatt missed that last three. This possession stays with Danville. Gunter comes out. Lynch is back in. And then Anslet threw it off the back of a Lebanon player, got it to Davis, and she couldn't finish. And the rebound by Sperry. Yeah, if you're not going to face the inbounder, that's what happens.
Nice bounce pass.
Wethington gets clobbered.
That's why, among so many things, just the fundamental aspect of what Danville does. And a lot of times fundamentals carry with maturity, and that's a 6 senior ball club.
Claire Bowling picks that one up, her second. Wethington's free throw does not go down. She is normally very reliable at the line, and 88% free throw shooter, but they only shoot 64% as a team. The second one, got it.
And, a lot of people will say, well, they need to do better in free throws. Well, how do you do that? They practice them all the time. Clearly, they talk about concentration. It's just one of those things that kind of has to just develop from just practice. But you can't go into a game or you can't go to practice, girls, we need to shoot better free throws. I mean, you get people thinking about it. A lot of times it'll get worse versus better.
Wethington, nice find.
Bingo.
And the assist to Gabby Pigacella. Wethington's got 13 for the Warriors. So you probably know about the mercy rule in high school basketball. If it gets to 35, then we have running clock all the time. We are at 34 right now. Lebanon trying to prevent that from happening. This is Lillian Fulkerson, a 5'9" freshman in. She finds Sperry, and Sperry gets her 6 points.
Sperry's had a decent ball game. She's did some really nice things at times. She's just going to get better.
By the way, the player who scored that bucket before the end of the third quarter for Lebanon was Maya Nelson, a 5'4" freshman, just part of that youth, getting more experience for Lebanon.
And listen, when you continue, John, to announce freshman, sophomore, that's just a plus.
And that's also a plus. Emma Anslet with 19 points, and now it is that 35-point threshold, so we can continue to run the clock unless we go back down underneath it. Tipped up and a foul, though. Nearly a steal for Lynch, but she got over aggressive, so Alexis Lynch commits that foul. That is her first. And that is the team's third in the period. Bowling got the inbound pass. And a screen. Bowling's got some pretty good ball handling ability.
She does.
She averaged 2 points a game last year. She's averaging 11 this year. Fight, and Huckstep wants to call a timeout. The Lebanon coach, Candace Huckstep, decides to talk things over. And while she does that, we'll go ahead and tell you that Endeavor Communications would like to say good luck to the Danville Warriors the rest of the season. Proud to be part of this local event. Together with our members, Endeavor Communications is committed to helping our local community thrive. For more information about the communities we serve and services we offer, visit us at weendeavor.com. Along with Jan Bozer, I'm John Herrick. Thank you for being with us from Danville. Busy night of basketball here. We've got a doubleheader. This is the first part of it. We got the Lebanon and Danville boys coming up a little bit later. It's going to be around 7:45. And then there's a Special Olympics game that they are doing on a 12-minute running clock in between the girls and the boys game. So one thing I love about Danville, Jan, all around, you and I have done basketball games here. We've done football games here. This is a community that really loves its local sports.
They really do. They really do. Great facilities. And you rarely talk about sports and whether it's women or men's, that Danville's not competitive in whatever it is they do. It's just they love their sports, as you talked about, and it's a culture, and it starts at the top. And so it starts at the administrative, goes down to principals, ADs, and that's why you see a lot of these coaches. You look at Coach May, Coach Barber, they've been here a long time, and that's because they get the support that you need to run these programs.
Ava Walls gets the foul there. That is her third, and she fouls Lillian Fulkerson, a 5'9" freshman. She had only played one game coming in, so this is just her second game on the season, and that's her first free throw attempt, which she misses. And her second one. Couldn't get that one either, and the rebound off to Walls. Also for Lebanon, tradition-rich program for sure. 4 regional titles in their school's history on the girls basketball side. 16 sectional titles, the last of which came in 2017. So they're playing with a little bit of a postseason drought that they'd like to change. Tipped up and stolen there by Fulkerson. And I think it was kicked, so it stays with Lebanon. 11th turnover by Danville, but the big story for Lebanon has been their turnovers. They have 24 turnovers to 23 points.
Yeah, and a lot of those are because of the veteran Danville Ball Club and the pressure that they present. It's relatively relentless.
Lob pass into Hyatt, and we have a foul here. So this puts them over the penalty. That goes against Alexis Lynch, her second, and puts Hyatt to the line. Hyatt 4 of 8, make it 5 of 9 from the line this year. She just got her 10th point of this one, and Danville brings in Reese Speckman, a senior. Speckman doesn't get in all that much, just a senior. She replaces Lynch, so I would imagine we're going to see more players come back in. Wethington checks in at the next dead ball, or she was going into, and Hyatt misses the second, and off and running comes Danville again. But stolen away by Hyatt.
John, you look down there at that Danville bench, and there's not a lot of available players down there.
No. Turnover 25. Layup good on the other side for Allie Gunter. Gunter with her first basket. And we're at under 2 minutes to play in a game that has belonged to Danville since the first quarter. First quarter was pretty competitive. Lebanon had a 6-5 lead. They only trailed by 6 at the end of one, but Danville broke this one open in the second quarter, and they have been in the driver's seat ever since, as their lead is now 36. And on the attack comes Anslet. She's definitely been the best player on the floor tonight. 19 points, and a foul from behind here on Fulkerson. But again, with that 35-point mercy rule in effect, clock continues to run. And the inbound will be done by Anslet. And Wethington, well, forget that. Wethington is replacing her.
Yeah, the clock stops on free throws and timeouts. That's pretty much it for injured player.
Hyatt nearly had it, couldn't quite pull it down, but Danville won this matchup in convincing fashion last year by 17, and Lebanon fought hard in the first quarter, but both teams dealing with some injuries. It's Danville coming out on the high side. Off-balance shot in the lane made by Ava Walls. She's got 9. Sperry layup good. Emily Sperry has 8 for Lebanon. Sierra Hyatt leads them with 10 points. No reason for Danville to take another shot if they don't want to. They've just been spreading it out. Bowling tries to put a little pressure on. 10 seconds, 9. What a job. What a job this Danville Warrior Ball Club did since the second quarter. They were challenged early by Lebanon, and they go on to a convincing 62-26 win here in our girls contest. Jan, your final thoughts on this one?
We mentioned at halftime, and it continued. The thing you like if you're Danville is they never stop playing hard. That's what you want, even in a game that kind of breaks away a little bit. They scored 14, 17, 17, and 14. That's consistent. Defense was outstanding. Lebanon 8, 4, 9, and 5. So clearly the defense of Danville was problematic for Lebanon in this young ball club, but certainly a ball club that has tons of potential, John.
End of the game scoring, you had Sierra Hyatt with 10, Emily Sperry had 8, Marina Barr 4, Claire Bowling and Maya Nelson each had 2 for Lebanon. For Danville, they were led by Emma Anslet, who had 19, 13 for Addison Davis, 13 for Maddie Wethington, 9 for Ava Walls, 4 for Gabby Pigacella, and 2 points each for Allie Gunter and Alexis Lynch. Broadcast brought to you by Endeavor Communications. Internet speeds up to a gig. Find out more at weendeavor.com. That does it for our girls game. Boys game comes up later on the ISC Sports Network.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and